Righty ho, boys and girls, ladies and gents. This is the last time we'll be doing this for 2025. Oh, what a wonderful relief. Right, what are we doing? You would have seen by the thumbnail that we are baling some hay. Fingers crossed with any luck. I've got the baler on, which was fun, shall we say. It always is fun. I have once again adjusted the net wrap. It may actually be worse this time, but we'll find out, basically, in the hopes that it goes edge to edge. Now, I thought I would take a quick minute before we jump to me putting the baler on, just to explain some facts about this baler, which is a Class 255 RC, which stands for Roto Cut, even though I've got no knives. So, I bought it on Facebook before this season of haymaking. Wasn't exactly the best experience. There's a video up here of me buying the baler. And it had a few problems, shall we say. Now, in fairness to the guy I brought it from, I've been a little bit hard in the social media content of it, saying I got scammed and whatever else. It wasn't really a scam, it was sold as seed. I did see it running, so it leaves that question markable place where nobody knows where this damage came from. But anyway, since then, I obviously fixed the damage, sort of temporarily, but not temporarily. I welded the sprockets back onto the shafts. I know, not ideal, and if the bearing goes, it's a bit more work, but whatever. It was cheaper than the £2 repair bill that I was looking at. So, that's what I did. I fixed the baler, and it has worked pretty much flawlessly all season, minus the net wrap issue. Now, for those that don't know, these sort of balers, they have a netting system for net wrap, and it has a rubber roller that the net wrap goes over, which basically is swollen each end, so it's doing the opposite of what it should do. It's, instead of edging it net to net on the bale, it's doing it in the middle. But anyway, so that's the backstory of the class baler that is behind me. Now, that being said, it saved me an absolute fortune, and I will do a video explaining just how much this has saved me from contracting costs, because if you're not in agriculture and you're just I don't know, Doris or Boris that's sat at home, contracting costs in the United Kingdom or across the globe, in fairness, are probably quite expensive. We used to pay an absolute fortune. I say an absolute fortune. To the contractor, it's probably not that much, because he's got wages to pay, he's got finance agreements to pay, he's got the machinery to pay for, blah 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 blah. And they have to have the top spec stuff in order to fulfill the contracting needs of the local area, which makes sense. But for me personally, I don't need the top of the range baler, I don't need the top of the range equipment. I just need to be able to get the job done, which I have done successfully this year, which is quite a sigh of relief. Now, our contracting bill used to be about £6,000–7,000, depending on the year. Probably this year, being that we've had less crop because it's been a much drier spring, we probably would have been looking at maybe £5,000 contracting bill, but we can work it out given the amount of bales we have made. But like I say, that's going to be a separate video altogether, in the details of the whole process, basically. So today we have got the last 12-acre field. It's a big field. You would have seen in the last video I rode it up. It's quite a nice crop. It's got a lot of thistle in it, but it is what it is. That being said, we should get, on a good year, around 120 to 30 bales off this field, and I suspect this year we might push to the 80 mark, I would like to think, but we'll find out. So, without further ado, let's put the baler on now. Right, now we're just going to put the baler on. So as you can see, quite a fun process putting the baler on. Now I've got to put the wheels on. You would have seen this before. But essentially it's two guide wheels for the pickup. Oh, bloody hell. Right, that's one side. I won't bore you with the other side. So this is the baler. It's a 255 RC Rotocut class. Right, that is both wheels on. It's an absolutely gorgeous sunny day. This is the field we've got to do. So we'll make a start and see if my net improvements have worked. Right, we're off to a good start. The first bale is netting as we speak. It has netted. Don't know if it's edge to edge, but oh, it's not bad. But then I did reset it, so the next one's the true test as to whether it's edge to edge. I've taken it out of one of the tensioner bars. For those that know balers, you'll know what I mean. For those that don't, I'll explain it just now. So yeah, that's what that means. I've taken it out of that one to see if that makes it any better. I might have to adjust the spring on the side, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll find out, basically. The headland's quite thick, so I'm going slowly, or slower than I would be in the centre, just because, and it's bloody rough as well, to be fair. But hopefully it'll be a breeze, because that would be nice, wouldn't it? It's going to beep at me soon. Yep, there we go. Will this one net? Yes, it will, by the looks of it. Yes, I don't know if it's edge to edge though. Back window's absolutely filthy. Right, that's it, finished netting. Let's just let that one out. Oh, it's not bad. Right, so that's 2 bales down. I'm going to carry on and we'll get through some of this headland. Right, so I've made it back to where I started. And out of the headland, I have made wrong way. I've made 8 bales. 8 off the headland. Now bearing in mind that that's a haybob headland as well, so it's not like it's a twin rake, it's literally just a haybob. One haybob, smallish rows, not massive. 8 bales. So yeah, I'll stick with my calculations of about 80-90 bales and we'll just keep going. The net seems to be doing okay. It's still not edge to edge, but it is what it is. I'm past the point now, really. I'm just going to keep going. So we'll catch up in a little bit once I've done a few more bales. Right, it's going quite well, but I'm annoyed with this net wrap, so I'm going to be that guy who adjusts something that is working and probably make it not work, because that's just the story of my life. So I got these 2 springs which adjust the tension on the netting, which I'm going to adjust with some spanners that I probably haven't got the right size for. Yep, I do. Lovely. So yeah, I'm going to adjust these and just hope for the best that it makes it that little bit better, because it's annoying me that it won't just net edge to edge, to be honest. There's not even any particular reason. I mean, I know they said that rubber roller's a bit pansy, but some bales it seems to do quite well. So I'm thinking if we just adjust this, we'll be on for a winner. Oh, it's long, isn't it? Right. So I've just tightened that. Oh mate, so much dust. Tighten that spring slightly. and I tighten this one slightly, which increases the pressure on this brake. So hopefully that'll be a little bit better. Or, failing that, it's not better. It might just not work at all, which wouldn't be very good, would it? But we're getting there. We're doing all right. I don't know how many barrels we made, but I'm on the last row on the headland. So let's see. So it might work, it might not. We'll soon find out though. Hoping it'll just raise the tension slightly and it'll just make it spread out. I think what's happening is, once it finishes netting, because the brake's not tight enough, the roll keeps spinning a little bit, which then makes it all sag where it should be tensioned. And because it sags, it's then pulling it in, and it's not going edge to edge. That's my theory anyway. Whether that's correct, I don't know. Oh, but it's netting it, which is good. Means it's still able to pull it in. Still spinning a little bit after it stops though. See, what happens is you hear the knife. You hear the knife go, and then in theory, once that knife's gone, the roll should just stop straight away, pretty much bang on, dead straight. But it's not, it just keeps going that little bit extra. It's a bit annoying. But at least I've made it worse. Whether it's any better, it might be a bit better actually. Yes, might be. We'll see. This one will be the telltale one after it's now a bit more tensioned in there. If this is better, then maybe we'll turn it up a little bit more. We'll try our luck. I'm just going to keep going until it doesn't work. Back it off a little bit maybe. And then in theory it should be absolutely fine, because the more barrels I make, the less the rolls is big, so it should suck it through a bit better. Nice, netting that one. So we haven't made it worse. Well, it might actually be a little bit better, which means that we might just do that once more, maybe. I'll get the headland done. We'll catch up once I've done the headland. Right, boys and girls, I have just adjusted it again. I've adjusted it quite a bit more, actually. I've kind of gone full send, so we'll see what that does. I also just adjusted put the net in so it was right to the edge, where it should be, in hopes that now I've tensioned it, it will stay at the edge, and hopefully it'll all be good. But we will find out in not very long when it makes another bail. So I don't know whether I'm going to have tightened these springs too much and now it's not going to want to suck the net in, I don't know. But there's one way to find out, and we are going to do that together. So just got to wait for it to start beeping at me. And then we'll see what it does. Fingers crossed. Pray to Jesus Lord, if it exists. Right, it's beeping. Hopefully it sucks that net in. Yes. Oh yes. Oh, it stopped a bit more rapid then. So that one is netted edge to edge. But that is probably going to have done the same thing the first one's done. It's just whether it continues to do it edge to edge. Otherwise I'd have to get out every bail and set it in the thing, which wouldn't be ideal. So, yeah, that's fun. We'll get to some drone shots soon, I think, would be good. See if this next one's edge to edge, shall we? Shouldn't be too much longer until there's another one. I don't know how many barrels we've made. I'm not going to have a look. I'm just going to go with flow. With the flow. I like to surprise myself have a look after. Hopefully a fair few. Oh yeah, that's a good bale we just made. Oh, very nice. If they can still be like that, it'd be mint. But I very much doubt it, but we'll see. We might be in luck. I think the cheap net don't help either. I shan't lie. I think I shouldn't have brought the cheapest of the cheap net. Hashtag Haynes, you screwed me over there. Oh well. Right, next bale. Will it net? Yes, it will. Will it edge to edge is the question. The answer is... yeah, pretty good. Not quite as good as the first, which makes me think it's probably going to deteriorate, but we'll see. Right, I'm going to carry on and we'll get to some drone shots in a second. Boys and girls, that was some good drone footage. I don't think I'm done yet. I can get a couple more, I think. I have to stay quite low in this field, as I've said before. But it's going okay, it's going pretty well. It's actually a fair bit later than it was earlier because it's actually nearly 10 to 6 because I had to go and take my son back home and had some dinner, which was nice. A little bit of a pain, but never mind. The netting is actually doing slightly better. I don't know why. Someone must be able to explain this. Someone let me know in the comments. Why is it when you get towards the end of the roller net wrap, it does better? What possibly would make a difference to that? I don't know myself, but there we go. That is what seems to happen. It seems to change all the time. No, I don't know why. But anyway, like I say, it's going pretty well. It's the last field. You'll all be thankful to know, probably. But yeah, it's been a long day. Very long day. Still don't know how many bales we've got. I haven't dared look, but we will find out at the end. And I haven't got that much left to do, to be honest. There's quite a few more runs on this long side of the field, and then that's the field done. Actually, I missed a couple of rows over that side, but other than that, that's the field done. And everything's going okay. I think my forward and reverse shuttle on my tractor is becoming a little bit dodgy, but fingers crossed it'll see me through. But yeah, so I'm going to carry on pumping these bales out as they literally are being pumped out. Like I say, for hay bob rows, getting nearly 3 bales on one length, so that's pretty good going. So yeah, unless anything major happens, I'll see you in a bit. Right, boys and girls, that is one side of the field complete. So I have, I think, 2 rows left over here. Maybe just 2? No, I think it's just 2. Still don't know how many bales we've made. I'm not going to look until the very end. But for these last 3 rows, wonderful. We will get the drone back up and just get these last 3 and then have a look at the field as a whole and see how many wonderful 4-foot-4 bales we've made. Oh, well, I think it's quite a few actually. I think it's one of the best fields that we've done so far. So let's go in the sky like a bloody bird. Right, and this, ladies and gents, is the last bale to come out of the baler this year. Wonderful. Look at that. Right, boys and girls, it's rather windy, but this is the very last bale. It's obviously smaller and a bit softer because it's the last one, a little mini bale. But this one's pretty good. She's pretty solid. It's a nice bale, really, to be fair. So the class has done pretty well once again, which makes me a happy chappy. I've got to take the wheels off in a minute, but shall we find out? Oh my God. Shall we find out how many bales we have made in the last field? Let's go and have a look. Right, I haven't looked. Let's have a look. The computer says 121, I think, which is pretty good going. Yep, 121. So, on a field of 12 acres, we've made 121 bales. So in other words, that is exactly 10 to the acre, pretty much, minus this little one. But we'll say 10 to the acre, which is pretty much our normal yield, to be fair. So the last field has been a winner. Saved me all along. That's that's bloody good, that is. That is pretty bloody good. In comparison, we've been averaging about 5 bales to the acre, so this is double the yield. Now, the interesting part about this is, I obviously muck spreaded most of this field. Has that made the single biggest difference? I would say probably, given the facts that it's done 10 bales to the acre. I'm saying that's pretty good. Wonderful. What a bloody result. The class baler has been nothing but a winner. Now, having said that, the only thing that doesn't work, and I want someone to help me with this, is these arrows, indicators, which should indicate which side you need to feed more, doesn't work. So what I'm saying is, if everybody knows how I can solve that problem, that would be great, because that's the only last little problem with it. Like I say, you seem to get to the end of it, it does much better, but it is what it is. It's made 121 bales, and I actually didn't have to get out once. Not a single problem. Didn't not net once. It did it automatically every single one, which I would say is pretty good, actually, for a 5 grand baler. So anyway, I'm going to leave this video here. We are at some point, we're going to sit down with a whiteboard and work out exactly what this scam baler has actually saved me. And I'm actually pretty thankful I was scammed, to be fair, because I got it at a fairly good price. Plus I got a little bit back, and it's actually done a pretty good job. So yeah, there will be a future video of all about the baler and the baling and the summer and how much money I've actually saved, because I think the figures are going to be pretty scary. So, on that bombshell, that is the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed the summer. I hope you've enjoyed all of the haymaking that we've done. I know it's been a little bit repetitive, and I guarantee you next year it won't be the same, and I'm going to try between now and when this video, which will come out in about 2 weeks, I'm going to try and make a couple more. So hopefully by the time you see this, you would have seen other ones like mucking out the cow barn. I've got to move and tag some calves. I've got to get some bales in. There's various things that we've got to do and make a start on my macro. So on that bombshell, I hope you enjoyed it. Smash the like button while you're there. Smash the subscribe button. Ring the little bell because you'll be notified of my videos every Tuesday and Friday. And maybe share the video, and I will see you in the next one.